What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. Guys, today is August 29th of 2019. Today is a Thursday. Most high school teams, at least here in Michigan, are kicking off their football season. As you guys know, tomorrow is Michigan State and Saturday is Michigan football. Each are having their own games. You have Michigan playing Middle Tennessee State, and then we have Michigan State playing Tulsa for Friday night. So I kind of want to give my own opinions on the games. As you guys can tell, I have my notes out here. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, the first game we're going to do is Michigan versus Middle Tennessee State. I don't really have a whole lot to go on this game or in the other game here in general. But Middle Tennessee State comes off an 8-6 record, and they went into a bowl appearance. Now, I didn't write down here on my notes here what bowl they came into, but they didn't have a bowl appearance. The person they really have to be concerned about is Ty Lee. He's pretty small. He's only 5'9", and he had over 2,500 yards right now, and that's obviously going to go up as his career progresses here in college. And he's had 21 touchdowns, and I kind of read in one of the articles here, and I can't remember which article it was that I read. It says right now he's the active leader in receptions, and which I didn't write down, obviously. Again, probably should have took better notes. I didn't write down what receptions it was, but right now, I believe in Division I football, he is the active leader in receptions, which kind of says quite a bit about the guy. And a lot of it says it's going to be him against the Michigan secondary. He's very shifty. He can get yards after the catch, that kind of thing. So we're going to have to see how Ty Lee does here against the Michigan secondary to kind of see how good or possibly even how bad that Michigan secondary is going into the next game. We're also going to see how, and I hope I'm pronouncing this name correctly, is Chanton Mobley and Terrell West go against the Michigan D. I believe those two guys are running backs. They kind of mentioned them there in the article that I read, although they didn't kind of do a big whole blurb on them. I guess it's kind of a 1-2 punch kind of at the running back spot. Like I said, I think it's running back, like I said. We're going to have to see how they go up against that Michigan defense here as well. And also, kind of looking over here onto the Michigan side, we're going to have to see how good that Michigan defense is with Winovich and Bush being gone, Bush going to the Green Bay Packers, and Winovich, I believe he's with the New England Patriots right now. We're going to have to see how those two losses, big losses for Michigan on the defense, are going to have to see how they go in this first game against Middle Tennessee State. And are McCaffrey and Milton going to play? We all know Shane Patterson's going to be the starting quarterback. Maybe if he jumps Michigan out to a bigger lead, we can see McCaffrey, and we can see Joe Milton kind of play here. Kind of see how those two guys are progressing here. I don't really expect to see them anything other than maybe the first game, or maybe even a little bit of the second game against the next two games for Michigan. Really, guys, it's all really going to come out here at how far Michigan jumps out to a lead, even if they can jump out to a lead. A lot of things are kind of up in the air right now with the Michigan team as a whole. We've heard quite a bit of hype about this team on the defense and on the offense, but we're going to have to see if it comes to fruition. So it's just kind of a thing that, what I'm kind of looking for, just kind of real quick notes here. And we're just going to go ahead and see how Michigan looks. And let's move on to Michigan State. All right, guys, we're into the Tulsa game here against Michigan State. And kind of the two things I kind of want to bring up, or actually there's kind of three here, is on the Michigan State side, is Lewerke and the offense kind of ready to go. And what I mean by kind of like ready to go is there was a bunch of, a lot of injuries on that team. Maybe people getting shipped up, or maybe people just can't finish the rest of the season, so they kind of had backups into place. And it ended up with them being in a low bowl game, and they ended up losing to Oregon, which it was a terrible game, by the way. I think I blogged about that in December of last year of 2018. That was one of the worst games, to me, of the worst games of the bowl series that have been out there, along with I think it was Cal and VCU, or maybe TCU. I can't remember which team was that, but man, that was one of the two worst college football games I had ever seen. So we're going to have to see how well this team and the offense rebounds. We all know about the defense. I think the defense for Michigan State's actually going to be, again, probably going to be the saving grace, probably the unit that's probably the team's going to have to lean on here a little bit until the offense can kind of get going here, if they can ever really get going, being that the offense is not quite up to, I don't want to say up to par yet, but hasn't really got their legs underneath them yet. And we all know about the carousel of, and I say carousel, that's for a lack of a better word, carousel of coaches moving around in the Michigan State kind of offense and on the defense. I guess they were kind of going back to their natural positions on the field. So we're going to have to go ahead and see how that all boils down and how that all works out. And then for the Tulsa side, we're going to have to look at, and I hope I'm pronouncing this name right. I'm going to read it off as I have it here on my notes page. Shamari Brooks. He's the back for Tulsa. He's the running back. We're going to have to see if how well he does against the Michigan State defense. He almost had 1,000 yards last season, and also with Corey Taylor, he's also the other running back. He was second with 846 yards, and he's a threat out of the backfield, and he had 11 touchdowns, passing, either receiving the ball or even rushing the ball for a touchdown. And I think he was the leader of the team on that as well. And I didn't write that down here on my notes here. So kind of a first game kind of wait and see kind of with Michigan and Michigan State football. I'm trying to get back into the groove on this here, guys, so I apologize if these videos aren't up to par here real quick. I haven't really done any videos on Michigan and Michigan State football, so I really kind of don't know what either team is going to get into here. I'm going to watch the team on Friday. I had a chance to go to the game tomorrow at this point in time. It is, but for Friday for Friday August 30th, which if you guys are looking this in the future, that's when it's at. I had a chance to go to the game here, but with my work schedule going on, I didn't get the time off, and I couldn't really. I didn't have the means to even go to that game. I didn't really even get the time off, so that's kind of really all it is. And for the Michigan game, I kind of want to see how these guys do against Middle Tennessee State. And I'm going to be blogging about both of these right at the end of the game, as long as they're on television. I think both of them are going to be on ESPN or the Big Ten Network. They're going to broadcast it on, or if not, maybe even CBS or NBC. And if it's on NBC, I'm not going to be able to get it because I'm through DirecTV, and they're still having that stupid, the negotiations going on between NBC. I think it's Nexstar and DirecTV. So that's all I got here, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Is there something that I missed? Is there something that you like or dislike about this video? Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.